Hey everyone, welcome to this awesome tutorial where we're going to learn how to make super cool three-dimensional particle effects in Unity. Unity is a versatile and powerful game engine that has been used to create some of the most popular games out there. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced developer, Unity offers a wide range of tools and features to bring your creative visions to life. One of the most exciting features of Unity is its particle system. Particle systems are used to simulate complex effects like fire, smoke, rain, and even magic spells. In this tutorial, we're going to focus on creating a particle system that follows your mouse around. Imagine the possibilities. You could create a magical trail, a swarm of bees, or even a futuristic interface effect. We're going to use Unity to create a bunch of tiny particles that move as one, like a swarm of bees or a magical trail. This effect can add a lot of visual interest and interactivity to your projects. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a solid understanding of how to use Unity's particle system to create dynamic and engaging effects. Particle systems are super useful for making all sorts of cool effects in games. They can be used to create everything from simple environmental effects like rain and snow, to more complex effects like explosions and magic spells. The possibilities are endless, and once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to create your own unique effects. They're like little building blocks for creating things like fire, smoke, magic spells, and more. Each particle system can be customized to behave in a specific way, allowing you to create a wide range of effects. For example, you can adjust the size, color, and speed of the particles to create different types of effects. Imagine a waterfall. It's made of tons of tiny water droplets, right? Each droplet is a particle, and together they create the effect of a flowing waterfall. In Unity, you can create a similar effect by using a particle system to simulate the movement of water droplets. This is just one example of how particle systems can be used to create realistic and dynamic effects. That's what we're going to make, but with our own special touch. We'll start by creating a basic particle system, and then customize it to follow our mouse around. This will involve adjusting various settings and parameters to get the desired effect. Don't worry if it sounds complicated. I'll guide you through each step of the process. In this tutorial, we'll learn how to make these particles come to life and follow our mouse around in three-dimensional space. This will add a whole new level of interactivity to your projects and make them more engaging for users. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a cool particle effect that you can use in your own games and projects. Get ready to unleash your creativity and make something awesome. Whether you're looking to add a little extra flair to your game or create a stunning visual effect, Unity's particle system has you covered. So, let's dive in and start creating some amazing particle effects. Before we dive into the exciting world of particles, let's set up our project. First, fire up Unity and create a brand new project. You can name it whatever you like, but particle magic sounds pretty cool, right? Choose three-dimensional as the project type. We want our particles to move in all directions. Once Unity finishes setting up the project, you'll be greeted by the Unity editor, your creative hub. It might look a bit intimidating at first, but don't worry, we'll navigate it together. The editor is divided into different windows, each serving a specific purpose. Now for the fun part, let's create our particle system. In the hierarchy window, usually at the top left, click Create and select Particle System. You'll see a new object called Particle System appear in the scene and the hierarchy window. Click on the Particle System object and take a look at the inspector window, usually on the right. You'll see a bunch of settings that control how our particles look and behave. Don't worry about all the details right now, we'll cover the important ones. To make our particles follow the mouse, we'll need to write a bit of code. This might sound intimidating if you're new to programming, but don't worry, it's easier than it sounds. We'll be using C#, a powerful and versatile programming language that's widely used in game development, especially with Unity. Think of C# as a way to give precise instructions to the computer, telling it exactly what we want it to do. Unity uses a programming language called C#, which is like giving instructions to the computer. It's a bit like writing a recipe for a dish. You list out the steps, and the computer follows them exactly. In our case, we'll be writing a script that tells the particles to follow the mouse cursor. In the project window, usually at the bottom, right-click and create a new folder called Scripts. This is where we'll keep our code organized. Keeping your project organized is crucial, especially as it grows larger and more complex. By having a dedicated folder for scripts, we can easily find and manage our code files. Now right-click inside the scripts folder and create a new C# script. Name it particle controller or something similar. The name should be descriptive enough so that you can easily understand what the script is for, even if you come back to it after a long time. Double-click the script to open it in your code editor, like Visual Studio or MonoDevelop. These editors provide a lot of helpful features such as syntax highlighting and auto-completion, which make writing code easier and more efficient. You'll see some default code, but we'll replace that with our own. The default code is a good starting point, but for our purposes we'll need to write custom code to make the particles follow the mouse. Don't worry if this seems overwhelming at first, we'll go through it step by step. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a good understanding of how to use C# in Unity to create interactive and dynamic behaviors. So let's dive in and start coding. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you code, the more comfortable you'll become with it. So, don't be afraid to experiment and try new things. Happy coding. You'll see some default code, but we'll replace that with our own. Section 5. Writing the mouse, following script. Now let's type in the code that will make our particles follow the mouse. This is an exciting part of our project because it brings interactivity to our particle system. By the end of this section, you'll see how the particles respond dynamically to your mouse movements, creating a visually engaging effect. Copy and paste the code below into your particle controller script. This script will be the brain behind the particle movement, interpreting the mouse's position and translating it into the particle system's position. Don't worry too much about understanding every single line right now, we'll break it down. Using Unity Engine. This line is essential as it includes the Unity Engine's core functionalities, allowing us to access various Unity-specific classes and methods. Public class particle controller, mono behavior, and public particle system. Here we define our class and inherit from mono behavior, which is the base class for all scripts in Unity. The public particle system variable will hold our particle system. Void update. This method is called once per frame, making it perfect for checking the mouse position continuously. Mouse position does $f//set, a fixed distance from the camera. Vector 3 world position =camera.main, screen to world point, mouse position. Particle system.transform.position, =world position. This part of the code sets the z coordinate of the mouse position to a fixed value, ensuring the particles are always at a consistent distance from the camera. The screen to world point method converts the 2D screen position to a 3D world position, and we then update the particle system's position accordingly. This code tells Unity to find the mouse position on the screen, which is crucial for making our particles follow the mouse accurately. Convert it to a three-dimensional position in the world, allowing the particles to move in a 3D space rather than just along a flat plane, and then move our particle system to that position. Pretty cool, right? This simple yet powerful script opens up a world of possibilities for interactive and dynamic visual effects in your Unity projects. Experiment with different particle systems and see how they respond to your mouse movements. Section 6. Bringing your particles to life. Save your script and head back to the Unity editor. Now click on your particle system object in the hierarchy. In the inspector, you'll see a new section for the particle controller script we just created. Drag and drop your particle system from the hierarchy into the particle system slot in the script component. This connects the script to our particle system. Now, hit the play button at the top of the Unity editor and watch as your particles magically follow your mouse cursor around the screen. Section 7. Troubleshooting and optimization tips. Sometimes things might not work as expected. If you encounter problems, double-check that you've copied the code correctly, saved your script, and attached it to the particle system. If your game feels sluggish, you might have too many particles on screen. Try reducing the max particles value in the particle system settings. Remember, practice makes perfect. Experiment with different settings, and see what kind of cool effects you can create. Section 8. Advanced customization, colors, and shapes. Let's make our particles even more awesome. We can change their color, size, and even their shape. In the particle system settings, play around with the color over lifetime option to make your particles change color over time. You can also change the shape of your particles from the default round shape to something more interesting. Try using a custom image or even a three-dimensional model to create unique particle effects. Section 9. Conclusion and further exploration. Congratulations! You've successfully created a three-dimensional particle system that follows the mouse in Unity. You've learned how to create a particle system, write a simple script, and connect everything together. Remember, this is just the beginning. There's a whole world of particle effects to explore in Unity. Experiment with different settings, try creating new particle systems with different properties, and see what kind of amazing effects you can create. Good luck and have fun unleashing your creativity.